The Knox County Fiscal Court is trying to obtain land to build homes after the July flood. The problem, someone else owns the land. Tomorrow is Kentucky Maple Syrup Day. To celebrate, we visited a farm in Letcher County where maple syrup is their specialty.
Plus, bone-chilling air is on the way tonight, but better weather is ahead. That's for the weekend, and that's next. This Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
We are continuing our coverage of a trooper-involved shooting right now in Floyd County. We now know that no officers were injured in the incident. That information is from Kentucky State Police Trooper Michael Coleman. In case you missed our coverage in the 5:30, here is what is currently happening. US 23 is shut down near the Allen red lights to the Kentucky 80 interchange. It is not yet clear how long the road will be closed. Folks traveling in the area are recommended to use Kentucky Route 1428 as a detour. Our Buddy Forbes is still on the scene. Let's take a live look at the area. This is a live shot from Buddy's camera there in Floyd County. He is currently set up near the Double Quick, which is located at the intersection. The two fire trucks you see are from the Allen Volunteer Fire Department. Kentucky State Police are also at the scene. The actual location where the incident took place is further down the road, but for safety reasons, this is as close as we can get at the moment. Again, WYMT's Buddy Forbes is near the scene. We will continue to provide you with updates as we get them. One Eastern Kentucky county attorney says his county is ready to use eminent domain to acquire land the county fiscal court says could be used to house flood survivors. WYMT's Dakota Makris explains.
Knox County Attorney Tim Bates sent a letter to Western Pocahontas Properties on Monday saying the Knox County Fiscal Court wants to buy more than 1,300 acres of land near the Knox County Sportsplex to build homes for flood survivors.
The state has engaged them in a discussion with purchasing this property, and there has no deal that is in place. This has been going on at least since September.
So far, Bates says the county has not heard back from Western Pocahontas Properties. He says the county fiscal court wants to sit down and have what he calls good faith negotiations to purchase the land. The property's taxable value is $2.5 million.
If they can't work it out with them, they're willing to condemn the property and let a jury, let the court system determine what fair market value is.
The county has not filed the lawsuit yet to begin the process of obtaining the land using eminent domain. Bates says he is giving the company time to respond.
As a county, we need to have our history written by us instead of having our history written for us, and that's what we're doing. The state has tried to acquire this property, it's my understanding. We don't know what the purchase price or the negotiations have led to.
Hoping to hear back sooner rather than later. In Knox County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
WYMT has reached out several different ways to the Western Pocahontas Properties Land Resources Manager that Bates addressed his letter to. We have not received a response. During his Team Kentucky update yesterday, Governor Andy Beshear announced that the Commonwealth Sheltering Program is now housing 226 households and travel trailers. That number is down 9 from last week. Beshear said there are 4 pending households that still want to get into one of the travel trailers. Kentucky State Parks are still housing 24 people. Folks who are in the parks are required to move into travel trailers when they are available if they are capable to do so.
I'm now confident to say we have crested in this sheltering program. We have probably seen the largest number of residents in that sheltering program that we will.
Quiet weather out there tonight. As a matter of fact, a look outside from our UVA Wise camera looking pretty darn nice, at least when the image loads here in a second. Just give it a second. It'll be back. 23 chilly degrees already. There we go. Looking pretty good there at UVA Wise as the sun sets. We got a nice one out there tonight, or at least a nice looking sunset. The look from Whitesburg as the sun has already set behind Whitesburg Pine Mountain. They're chilly there. In fact, we're all chilly. Upper 20s already settling into the region. A few 30s out there, but everybody is at freezing or below region-wide, and we're already starting to see those wind chills in the teens. Already you see a wind chill of 19 in Prestonsburg, 17 in Pikeville, and we will continue to see those temperatures and the wind chills drop tonight. I think winds will stabilize a little bit, but it is something we'll continue to watch. All throughout this part of the region, we're in pretty good shape as we head through tonight. You see just a little bit of lake effect snow coming off of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario up to our north and east, so nothing we have to worry about for tonight. West winds out there will give us the potential for at least a little bit in the way of a wind chill tonight, but mostly just cold with those lows there in the upper teens as we head through tonight. Now, I will have the very latest on when we could see not only a warm-up, but a potential for a few more showers in the region as well. That's all coming up in just a few minutes. Olivia?
Thank you, Evan. For around 10 years, one Eastern Kentucky family has been tapping into what they call non-traditional agriculture, turning a common resource into a tasty, prized possession. I spent the morning at their family farm. Here's what I learned. Maple trees are quite common right here in Eastern Kentucky. So common, in fact, Southdown farm owner Seth Long believes Letcher County could be the maple syrup capital of Kentucky.
According to the UK Timber Survey, there are 6.9 million maple trees ready to tap today in Letcher and surrounding counties. That's a lot of possibilities.
Saying the rough Eastern Kentucky terrain is filled with maple trees. So for the past 10 years, Long and his family have tapped into the maple syrup business, utilizing the resources in their own backyard.
It's a good draw for people. So I think in so many ways, personally, regionally, and locally, it's a good economic stimulator that we think really should be a part of Eastern Kentucky.
Explaining the ins and outs of the 330 trees that are tapped on their farm and how that sap turns to syrup.
It's coming to us out of the hills at about 1 or 2% sugar, and we need to get it to 66.5% sugar to make maple syrup.
The sap flows from the hills through a tubing system into a 400-pound stainless steel milk tank, where it is then moved to the evaporator, which is designed to boil the water out of the sap.
That means like I can take maybe 100 gallons of maple sap and boil it down, and I'll get maybe a gallon of maple syrup out of it. That's how much water we have to boil out of this here.
After learning about the multi-step process, it was finally time to try it.
Each drop is precious, so you don't want to waste it.
It is really good.
It's really good. Full of flavor.
Yes.
It's rich.
It's delicious.
Thank you.
Making use of a resource that not only me, but people across the country are enjoying from our very own backyard.
Being good stewards of what the Lord has given us to use. You know, we have property, and it's not traditional. We love agriculture. It's not traditional agriculture, but it is agriculture right here in the hills of Eastern Kentucky.
If you would like to see the Southdown Farm with your own eyes, tomorrow is Kentucky Maple Day, and Southdown Farm is hosting an event from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the farm. I was told fresh bakery items, farm toys, farm tours, and of course maple syrup will all be available. We'll be right back after this break.